Hello, Carl.
Hi, Bruce.
It's a lovely day, is it not?
It doth is a lovely day.
It's a lovely day to have thine guest, is it not?
Yes, it is.
Roll with thy intro, Carl.
Couple of issues.
Nice.
It's a special day.
Yeah, this is weird and good.
Weird and good.
Weird and good.
It's episode 42? Mm-hmm. Question mark?
42 weeks, so that's like, I don't know.
Almost a year.
I'm too dumb to know how many
We're
weeks.
10 weeks out from a year.
Okay.
Am I allowed to speak yet?
This is Scott, everybody.
Yeah, now you can.
We
Sure.
were gonna set you up with like a big, voluptuous intro. Do you want that? We can do that.
Sure.
If you don't want the voluptuous intro,
I was
we
just
can roll it
confused
in.
because before the podcast, you said that I wasn't allowed to speak during the podcast. So
During the whole podcast. It's just our podcast. Like, if you could just watch us, maybe, I think that would be
I mean,
the
sure.
best.
Like you have a guest on. It's literally just like a live audience
Yeah.
person. Like
we
I
just wanted notes.
I clap at your jokes. All
Yeah,
right,
we
but
just
don't
want
say anything.
we just want to feel watched and loved.
Watched.
Yeah,
It's so
like
creepy.
we want someone to watch us do it and like feel narcissistic a little bit.
Everybody, this is
Scott.
Hello,
Scotty
everyone.
Sire, the man, the myth,
The loser.
lonely. I'm rocking some Scotty merch that he brought in,
I love
which
it.
was very sweet. He gave us sweatshirts to share because we share.
I figured you guys let me on your
Close.
podcast. I have to give you guys something in return since you're letting me be on your podcast. And you're actually keeping me in frame. I totally thought you guys would have just had it focused on you guys and I'd be off to the side talking to you.
You're gonna get really mad in about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
This thing
We're
shifts.
actually Ken Burnsing a Zoom into
I edit it and like I just edit you out of it, so it's just me and Bruce in the whole video
my
podcast.
face is blurred the whole time. There's like a monster effect over my voice.
Well, I think it's really funny that you guys all use iMovie to edit. Like you guys, David, everybody. Like I
He
would
doesn't.
expect. Oh, you don't.
I use Final Cut.
Oh shit!
He's
I'm so
upgraded.
sorry.
And look,
I'm so
you
sorry.
use what? Fucking Logic?
But yeah, it's like GarageBand on steroids. It'd be like if I produce in GarageBand.
Really?
Yeah. What?
Whoa.
That's literally what it is, the step up and difference.
Am I
of
being
programs.
attacked?
No.
I feel the comments coming after me.
Just
I just
because you're in
didn't
the
know-
middle, you're being sandwiched by our
Love?
words.
Yeah,
Word
we're
love?
just shouting at you. I didn't know GarageBand was still a thing.
What? Yeah.
Do people,
GarageBand's
like,
actually really dope now.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like as the time goes on, they're like, we'll make it an actual thing.
It's essentially like Logic. They're the same thing.
I am not by any means a producer, but I have downloaded Logic and like used GarageBand, and it is literally the same thing.
Yeah. It used to be very different. Now they've just done one of these together.
That's cute.
Glued together.
That's really cute. We're all doing it now.
Can you guys glue together?
If you're only listening, we all have our own hands intertwined with each hand. Our own hand.
Let the koi pond put together. So the koi pond is the fan base.
The Koi Pond.
COI.
COI.
A couple of issues. It is spelled koi, K-O-I, and we found out there is another podcast, which is called The Koi Pond, with a K. Joe Koi, or K-O-I.
KOI, yeah.
Either way, I don't think that's right.
When you first said Koi Pond, I was like, why the Koi Pond? But when you say it with the C, it does make sense. But usually people switch from C to K. I feel like that's the cool thing to do. Like,
Like cool with a K?
Mm-hmm.
K-E-W-L?
yeah.
Yeah, we were like, what's less the cool than that? Let's
What's
make
the-
it soy.
What's the opposite of cool?
Choi.
Hot.
Joy.
So what do you guys want to talk about?
Well, we've been on
Nothing.
tour.
We have been on tour. Miserable. There's a bunch of douchebags on that tour. Especially this one guy. His name starts with B and it ends with R.
All right.
Bo? I really want to know are you actually enjoying tour?
I'm
You
loving
seem
it.
like you're having a really good time.
I'm having a great time on tour. I think that it's cool that I get to travel with a bunch of my friends. You open the show and then you're also in the band. I think that's awesome. Like,
Yeah.
I read an article someone wrote about one of our shows. I don't know if you saw it. It was like Urban Vacancy or something like that. And they mentioned how cool it was that the two opening acts are also in the band, and it just shows that there's like a fun group aspect to the whole show.
Oh, well, I didn't even think about that.
Cool. It's like David's vlogs. We all have our own vlogs, and we're also in David's vlogs. The only way I can comprehend what's going on.
That is
That's
really
cool,
interesting. I
though.
never thought about it.
We
like
created the Sob Squad.
Sob
Since
Squad.
I'm the sad guy from David's vlogs, and we've formed this other group
the
now.
Sob Goons.
I wonder if that's ever happened, like if that's been a thing for a big tour, like Maroon 5 or something, something like that. If like people from their band would open up and then be in the band too. Like I wonder if that's ever been a thing before.
I feel like on a bigger level, maybe not. Because like Chris and Bruce, you guys are both doing like one-man shows, right?
Hey, what do you mean a bigger level? Chris and I are not big enough for you, Scott.
No, I mean on the level of like 21 Pilots having John Bellion open for them or something like that. Like he's got his band and then like 21 Pilots has their band, but like we're doing it where it's like.
I also think there's a lot of ego that comes with like artists like that, where it's like some people like, well, I'm not in your band. You know what I mean? Where I think Chris and I are just like, fuck yeah, let's do it.
That's true. I didn't even think about that.
But we also have songs together, so it makes sense.
That's what makes
that
it
we're
really.
like,
I think that even adds another cool element to the show.
Yeah.
Where it's like me and you doing Get Better and you doing Cut Me Out with Chris. Mm-hmm. It's been a lot of fun. I cried in Houston.
You
and
cried?
Dallas, yeah.
Singing?
Yeah, for Get Better.
Oh, yeah.
People, like, while we're
I was like, singing or what's going
playing
on?
Get
Why did
Better,
you cry?
these girls at both shows had, like, yellow hearts. I think there was another one, too. They did that.
at one of the first shows, I believe.
Maybe Chicago?
Might have been Chicago. I don't know. I can't remember exactly. But Dallas and Houston, I think the same girl went to both shows and she brought the hearts and passed them out to people.
That's so cute.
Sweet. And a girl had roses that she handed out.
Oh.
And the one girl hands me a rose. And during my set, I was like this, and it like just ripped off. I felt really bad.
Oh, you got a rose from a girl?
I don't know.
Go, you ripped it out.
I don't know if I talked about this either, but in Orlando, when I was singing on stage, this girl made a heart at me, and I had a mic in my hand. So I was like, oh, okay, cool, I'll do the heart back. So I did the heart back as I was singing, and I like, it was during a part where it like drops. So I went like that and like broke the heart at her. And she was like, so I felt really bad. So like the next song, as soon as it finished, I was like, I'm so sorry about the heart thing. I've been thinking about it for 2.5 minutes.
Oh, that's fine. She's
I thought you were
going
to say you did like a hole, but you were holding the mic, so it made it look like you were like sucking it. I don't know. Do you cuss on this podcast?
Yeah. We don't give a frick.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we flipping curse, dude.
Sorry for not knowing. Watch all the time, listen all the time.
No, it's fine. We get it.
I just can't
Honestly.
remember if you curse or not.
No, I'm not a podcast guy. Honestly, I can't listen to podcasts. Like I when I go to the gym, I know that like Todd and some of my other buddies that go to the gym, they listen to podcasts while they're working out. I'm like, I need like a beat to work out to. I can't do that.
Yeah, I don't know if I could work out to a podcast. I like driving to podcasts. It just like helps the time go by quicker for some reason.
I can't even drive and listen to a podcast.
You're like, I just hate podcasts.
I'm always drunk. I can't ever drive.
I like watching podcasts. I think that helps a lot for me. Like, if I start watching it, then I can listen to it. Because I'm like, okay, I know what's going on. Like, I know what they look like when they're talking. It helps me.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever listen to any like the what are they, like crime or mystery type podcasts, like Up and Vanish?
I've tried. Like I've tried a couple different podcasts that people have recommended that are like, this is super interesting. Actually, the one that I was impressed by was the Impulsive. It's like fast paced and like,
Oh yeah.
I don't know. They got the whole the works going on.
Yeah,
there.
it's interesting because it's Logan, like it's his thing, but like he has a side guy who's like doing a lot of the talking too, which probably helps. Keep the conversation going.
I was really interested to see how people viewed that podcast, and I went to the comments, and a lot of the comments get mad about where people are sitting.
Why?
Like, I don't know who's who. I just know Logan, but it was like, Chris needs to be to the left. Why is he on the right? And like,
a weird
that
thing.
guy's got to stop talking. I don't know. It was like really interesting. Like a lot of those comments.
That's such a weird observation.
I did see a lot of comments about one guy that was talking too much. They were like, he's annoying. He's like taking over the whole
I don't
show.
know which
He's
one it
taking-"
is.
I can't remember. I think it's Mike.
Ooh.
I think that's his name.
All right, Mike, square
Not to
up.
call you out. But so this is our first time having a guest, so we had to change the setup a little bit.
Yeah.
So if it's wonky, deal with it.
Deal
We'll
with
work
it.
on it. We're trying to fix it, but we threw this together last minute.
I think it looks good.
I think it looks pretty good. Did we already talk about this? How I look taller than you guys, but it's just because of the seat.
You know what?
I mean, you don't need to talk about it because we're all the same height.
Let me go grab some phone books. We're going to sit on some phone books.
I was saying this, I think it was on the last podcast. You know what people say to me every time they see me at your show?
You're taller in person.
You're way shorter than I thought. They'd be like, Carly must be really short is usually the one they go to. And I was like, oh, cool. Like,
well, you guys'
how's your
height
day?
isn't too different, is it?
I feel like it's the exact same.
I'm a foot taller.
What? All right. So you're 6'1", Bruce?
she's-
Bruce is 6'1". How tall are you?
I'm 6 foot.
So you're taller than Scott.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know you were that tall.
Dang.
Like there's like something going on with my eyes for me to not realize that.
No, it's like you just don't judge. Because I'm a taller guy and like a lot of people judge, so it's like fine. But a lot of people ask me how tall people are. Like people are like, how tall is David? David's probably really short, right? And I'm like, I think he's 6 foot, 5'10", 5'8". I don't know. I was like, he's taller than me.
For a while, I thought that like 6 foot was like decently tall, but
That's what I thought too.
But it's not. Like
It's not?
there's so many people taller than me. Like especially if you look at our buddies like Joe and Jay, like they're huge.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Todd's like
Matt.
6'1". Jeff's taller than
Matt's
me. Like,
very tall, yeah.
Like even like Dave is the same height as me, but I still look at him as like a little person.
That's interesting.
Wait, David's the same height as you?
Yeah, he's just about the same height.
Is that because he doesn't have a beard?
I don't know if it's the beard. I think I've always
his
kind of viewed
vibe.
David as sort of like a little brother character.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I don't know
Successful
why.
older brother or
A
younger brother.
richer.
Yeah, no, and it's weird because I think about the idea of like he shoots us with paintball guns and stuff like that. But like if I was to shoot him back,
feel bad.
it would be like my little 4-year-old brother like came up and gave me a smack and I like fucking socked him in the face as hard as I could.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't seem right.
I think it's
some
He's a
also-
little teddy bear. I feel
Yeah.
like. That's how people view
He
him.
acts like a little brother to everybody, I feel like.
That is really
Like he
interesting.
gives everybody shit. And he like,
And
I don't know.
He has like not to make this podcast about David. I hate
I know.
everything
We'll
I
be
end up
done with
talking
David
about
after
ends up
Views,
talking about David. But he has that sort of like mischievous little kid attitude all the time and like a sort of like a wonder and like bewilderment with the world. Like when he can talk to he can talk to someone older and just ask questions like he's a kid.
That
or, like,
is really
talk to them
funny.
like a kid.
That's very true.
the thing that always makes me laugh is like when he wants to eat something healthy, he'll be like, last week he goes, is barbecue chicken pizza healthy? It's like, obviously not. He asked us if Popeyes was healthy once.
Yeah,
like,
well-
how do you not know like what is healthy and what's not?
What was he eating last night? Handfuls of
arugula.
Of arugula.
It's healthy, right?
Yeah, he was just
I mean, that was healthy. It was
spoon-feeding.
weird.
Well, he
looked
also
like an
didn't
animal.
think that he could bleed.
What?
When he got cut by the wine bottle a long time ago, he's like, I don't know. I didn't realize that like bad shit could happen to me, man.
That's David in a nutshell. I don't think he thinks anything bad could happen to anybody. So that's why we're all here.
But moving on, talking about bad stuff, you guys,
Yeah.
Kristen went to the doctor the other day and she got a bunch of blood work done and was talking to it's like a health doctor about like dieting and healthy shit. And she's now on this thing that like everything in LA, not in LA, everything in the whole wide world is basically bad for you because they pump it with antibiotics and steroids and shit like that. And like you have to go to Erewhon and you have to get wild fish to eat.
Erewhon?
Erewhon? I don't know what the name. It's like a grocery store.
Oh.
I feel like
In
I
LA?
always see it and I think it's earworm.
Erewhon.
Where is that?
I don't know. I've seen it on Postmates. I don't know if I've seen it.
Well, the problem is too is they put so much bad shit in our food, and I feel like that's like if you look like I mean we all have ironically terrible anxiety, but a lot of more people it's just like it's commonplace now. Like I feel like 15, 20 years ago it was like yeah, some people are a little bit anxious, but it keeps getting worse, and depression's getting worse. And I don't know if social media is part of it, but I feel like the food is a huge part of it. Like what
I think
we're eating.
Yeah, social media is a huge part of it. Food's a huge part of it. I think that like our brains have always been very powerful, but now that it's like circulating, all this like anxiety is like circulating, it's getting in people's heads more and creating more of it, if that makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
It's like
Yeah.
I don't really smoke weed, but in the past when I have, if I thought about like my knee hurting, then my knee would start to hurt. Like your brain
Yeah.
is so powerful
Yeah.
that you can literally cause yourself to have anxiety about something. Like you freak out and then you freak out more and you freak out more because you're like doing it to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you have really bad anxiety with like certain things. Do you have anxiety about health? Like are you what's it called? Hypochondriac?
Hypochondriac,
like where
that's a general term for anything, right? Like
what would be like if I was like, oh man, I don't know.
It's like
what's a good
Erin
thing.
will have a headache and she's like, I'm scared I have a brain tumor. Like stuff like that.
yeah.
Or like, oh, I'm getting a cold. What if it's something worse and I don't know it or something? That's like the health anxiety.
yeah.
Do you get that at all?
I don't get that. I am actually probably the opposite of hypochondriac. I don't worry too much about like what's going to happen to me. I don't care. Like if I like not
I don't care.
like I'm not suicidal or anything
Right,
like that,
right.
but like obviously if I die, I'm like, okay, whatever. It's what leads up to that scares me, if that makes sense.
What do you mean?
it's basically I want to live a good life. I don't want to be like I don't want to be
Worrying all the
embarrassed. I don't want to be sick or in pain or something like that. So I'm not
Yeah.
afraid of dying, but I'm afraid of like something bad happening that impairs me or something like that.
That makes sense.
Like I
yeah.
get scared when I'm in a car and I'm like feeling claustrophobic. I think we talked about it before. We spend we like stay in the exit lane.
Yeah. We have really similar like driving anxieties, I guess.
interesting.
You kind of have it too a little bit.
Yeah, mine's weird. Mine just like flares up.
Yeah.
Like it'll just be like randomly, I'm like, I'm gonna pass out. I need to pull over.
Yeah.
But it's not like from like these other cars. It's like more just like my eyes and the sun and
sun, the
sun.
wind,
and
the
if it's a
blowing
blood
north,
moon.
Mercury's
But-
in retrograde or something.
So you're saying Kristen got blood taken. I can't do needles. Like the thought of her getting blood taken, I'm gonna pass out right now. Like, are you okay with like that
Well,
and doctors and
tattoos.
stuff? Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's why I can't get a tattoo. I'm too scared.
Scott has a whole sleeve of tattoos.
The whole tattoo thing, that's a surface needle. I do like I hate the idea of needles going in me. And like
Yeah.
and it goes into a vein, it can like poke through the vein, it can like rip.
This is how bad Bruce is. He can't even like hear
Oh my
it.
god, I'm getting faint.
You're
mind-
good. You're good.
It'd be a good clickbait if I passed out on the podcast. But
So
dude, seriously.
should we stop talking about the blood?
Yeah, maybe we should stop talking. Maybe we talk about
I
the
asked
driving
that-
anxiety.
I asked that
Yeah, you
question.
did.
Let's start
Did you
talking
say
about the
vagina
crips.
anxiety?
No, the driving anxiety.
driving
The
anxiety.
vagina anxiety.
Glad everyone missed that. I made a bad joke.
What did you say?
I said we want to stop talking about the blood. We'll start talking about the crips. Cut me out of this one.
Yeah. See ya.
Ooh, don't cut me out.
No, that reminds me of like everyone has those little phobias. Like you have a phobia of blood or of needles?
Needles
Needles.
and blood.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have both. I think for sure.
Like my stepdad, he can't touch the cotton in the top of like a pill bottle.
Whoa.
Like he has a phobia of it.
Yeah, it's like the feeling
Wow.
of cotton. Those cotton swabs is like disgusting.
Oh, weird.
Gross to
Did
him.
something happen that caused that?
No, I don't think so. It's just like it's a texture thing. It's almost like some people would the feeling of like dragging your fingers across a chalkboard or something like that. It's like,
Yeah, I feel that.
See, whenever I hear that, I have to like touch something
You have
that-
to make
that-
sure it's not happening
I
to you.
don't like that. Like rubbing my fingers on cloth, like or denim or your leg. This is okay.
Oh my god. Koi pond. Close your eyes.
You don't want to see this. So when was the first time you like had driving anxiety? Do you remember like the moment it happened?
No. When I was growing up, I drove. Everything was fine. Everything's great. I was always like a nervous, defensive driver. So like Kristen and I will
Defensive. Sorry, I was just.
nervous,
whoa.
defensive. Yeah. What's wrong with you? I don't know how to explain it. I get really claustrophobic. I hate waiting. So if I'm sitting in traffic, then I feel like I'm gonna freak out. And I have like I'll avoid making left turns and only make right turns if like to get
That's so funny.
to get to the gym, we would leave the neighborhood and turn left and then turn left into the gym. And I figured out there's a way to go to the gym that's about 5 minutes longer if we go out the other side of the neighborhood, turn right,
Yeah.
turn right, and then turn right into the gym. And I'll do that every time because I hate waiting at left lights.
Because you have
It
to
starts
wait
to build up.
forever.
It's like an impatience thing. Like, and if I'm sitting in my car and I can't do anything, I'm sitting there like tapping my
Yeah.
foot, like, and then especially if there's traffic, there's cars coming this way and cars coming that way. Like, it's a feeling of like I can't escape. Like,
Yeah.
I can't get out of my car right now. I can't do anything. So
Whoa.
That's how I feel too. My like ideal highway situation. It's not really when I'm on like not highway street, like street roads. I guess what are those called?
Streets.
Just like normal streets. I don't really get it when I'm on normal. Scott's like, what the fuck is he
Street
saying?
roads.
I'm better on normal streets as well,
Yeah.
unless I have to make a left turn.
That's what's really funny. We went to rehearsal and then I think you drove me. And we're like, oh, we should stop by Circus Liquor and get some food and drinks and stuff. And then we're leaving and I was like, oh, just make a left out of here. He's like, I'll probably just go right. It'll probably be quicker.
I love
that
that you
makes
do
so
it,
much
though.
sense now.
Yeah.
Like you're not embarrassed by it.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I get embarrassed. Like I don't want people to know or something. Like I don't like driving people because I don't want them to know that I'm like having anxiety in the car.
I used to get embarrassed about stuff like that and like you know, if you were like on a date with a new girl or something like that, you wouldn't do it. But now I'm very open about stuff like that. And I think that's important to like not care about stuff like that. Like if it affects your well-being, then
Yeah.
fucking fuck it. You
Especially when you're driving. Like, yeah, it's like, this is the way it is.
I know.
I'm not going to risk this left turn.
I was actually
on this
with
first date.
the girls. It was like a couple months ago. It was when David had the 10 million party thing at his house. And I dropped Aaron off, and like Corinna and Kristen and Liza were in the car. And we were going to your place. And I was like, I know I'm going to like flip if I have to drive all these people. And I was like, Kristen, do you mind driving my car? And she's like, no, I love driving cars. So it works.
Yeah.
And I think I'm better at like telling people and asking. I hate the feeling of like, oh, I might have to drive this person somewhere. Like that gets me going. Like that makes me start getting really anxious.
I hate having to do stuff.
Yeah.
So how are we've been doing so many flights.
Yeah.
How are you with airplanes?
I'm getting better with airplanes. I still like, my biggest anxiety is like a claustrophobia thing, like feeling trapped places. So like being in the back of the plane, like which happened a couple times. Usually I'm kind of up in the front.
First class.
Humble bag.
But it doesn't feel good. I had
What, the tiny tube in the sky where you're 32,000 feet in the air doesn't feel good?
it's weird. Like I don't get scared from turbulence and anything like that because like I said, I don't care about like if something was to happen, I don't care. It's the feeling of like no escape weirdness. Like I think drowning would probably be my least favorite way to die.
Yeah.
What would be your favorite way to die?
In my sleep,
Not in
Like
traffic.
dreaming about Maybe my favorite way to die would be to like to just like in an instant die while I'm having sex.
Oh yeah.
That'd be like pleasure, and then I'm out.
Went out fucking.
And the person you're having sex with is like, oh no, what did I do?
I fucked him to death.
Yeah, I killed him.
That's a double win.
Didn't that happen in a movie like The Clerks
feel
or
like I
something like
remember
that?
that
I think it was
somehow.
like Clerks. There was an old guy in the bathroom, and a girl goes in she thinks her boyfriend's in there, and it's all dark, and she starts giving him head or something like that, and then
dies.
he has a heart attack in the bathroom.
Oh my
So
god.
sad.
Bruce, how many hours of sleep do you need a night to like feel like a person the next day?
At least 8, if I'm being honest.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like you usually get like 6 and you're fine.
If it's a good mattress,
Not
6.
here to debate. I'm just
If it's a good mattress, 6. Why? Why are you asking?
wondering because like I need at least 8 hours of sleep to feel good
Yeah.
the next day. And if I not like today, I felt like crap all day. Like I just felt so bad.
True.
Yeah. But anyways, if you're struggling to get a good night's sleep, you've got to try Purple Mattress. The founders of Purple are 2 brothers who have been developing cushioning technology for 30 years on things like medical beds and wheelchairs. The Purple Mattress will probably feel different than anything you've ever experienced because it uses this brand new material that was developed
Wait,
by
hold on a second. Is this rocket science?
I thought you would never ask. It all basically is because guess what?
What?
Purple was developed by an actual rocket scientist.
Oh, that's crazy. Because I was going to say, like, this, like, is it rocket science? Like, get the good mattress. But it literally is rocket science. Get the good mattress.
Using your dad joke in this.
yeah.
I love that. The purple material feels very unique because it's both firm and soft at the same time, so it keeps everything supported while still feeling really comfortable. Plus, it's breathable, so it sleeps cool. You have a 100-night free risk-free trial. If you're not fully satisfied, you can return your mattress for a full refund. How many months is 100 days? Like over
30,
3.
60, 90. That's over 3 months.
All right, so that's like plenty of time to be like, I like it or not. They give you so much time.
That's so much time, and it's risk-free, but also tell them the best part of it.
Besides being backed by a 10-year warranty, they
Boom.
have free shipping and returns, but my favorite part is a free in-home setup and old mattress removal. So if you're one of those people, like I don't like to get pieces of furniture because I'm like, what am I going to do with the old piece of furniture? And a mattress is such a big, heavy piece of furniture, it sucks getting rid of it.
Let Purple come and do their thing. You kick your legs up, and you just
You
watch
watch
a
'em.
couple of issues.
And you watch
just go,
Purple take it out.
Thanks, Koi Pond.
You're going to love Purple. And right now, our listeners will get a free Purple pillow with the purchase of a mattress. That's in addition to the great free gifts they're offering site-wide. Just text COI, that's COI, to 84888. The only way to get this free pillow is to text COI to 84888. That's COI to 84888. Message and data rates may apply. Yeah, I started in a classroom and I had a 4.5 hour class. I know yours was, that's why I'm bringing it up. And it was a 4.5 hour class and it was like talking about anatomy and physiology. And I think the thought of like things are going wrong in my body, or like our body is literally just like a factory and something could go wrong any second. And that kept like chewing away at me. And so I would leave literally, I think every 15 minutes to go to the bathroom because I just needed to like make sure I was fine. Like I kept feeling like I was going to faint or something.
Yeah.
But you did, right? Like you actually fainted in
I actually
class.
did. And then I went through multiple tests to figure out what was wrong with me. The main thing is that I used to get fucked up a lot and then like be hungover and my body was worn out and tired. But I had vasovagal syndrome, which is like a nerve in your stomach, or not in your stomach, but like in that area. And when your body's worn out, dehydrated, sort of thing like that, it can be triggered easily. And I think the first time that it happened to me wasn't in class. It was actually at a party. But the time it happened to me in class, I was sitting there and it was a calculus class and he was just doing a lecture or something like that. And I felt like I couldn't get up. I couldn't get out of the class because he was talking like it's like an insecure thing. Like I felt trapped. It was
not having control over the situation.
Yeah, like there was someone else in control of me. I can't get up and I can't leave this classroom because he's doing a lecture. And I started freaking out. I didn't have water with me. So I asked my buddy, like, do you have any water? And he didn't have any water. And I like sitting there, like my throat got all dry. And then I passed out. And I convulsed on the floor of the class. And like every time I had those little pass outs, it was like my life flashed, like every moment of my life went through my head at that time. It was the weirdest thing. And they picked me up off the floor. I would lay down outside, and then like I got wheeled to the college nurse, and they gave me like crackers and Gatorade.
Yeah, you almost died, but here's some Gatorade.
Oh, your life? Okay, here's some crackers.
So I went home.
Got a Tums.
And, it was good. I was great at home. And I didn't go to that class for like a week. And when I went back to that class, the first time I remember I had looked at the clock as well. Like, when is this class going to be over? Because I was freaking out. And it was like 1:45. And this time I went back to the class because it was a test. I had to do the test. So I was doing the test. Everything was fine. And I looked back up at the clock, and it got closer to 1:45, and I freaked out at the exact same time and passed out in the class again during the test.
You passed out twice?
Twice?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
And then I dropped out of college, literally.
Oh, did they ever figure out what it was?
You passed out of college. Sorry.
I passed out.
That's like a cool way of saying it. Passed out.
I didn't drop out of college. I passed out.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was like a panic-induced, like,
faint.
Yeah.
Were you close to that professor at all?
No. I've never been close with any of my teachers, really.
Interesting.
I was always the quiet kid in class.
I was going to say, he was like, what did I do, man? Like, sorry.
Yeah, what did you call this?
Am I teaching too hard? It's like,
dude, you went fucking hard on me, man. You made me pass out.
So after that, you did a bunch of tests to be like, what's going on?
To figure out I had vasovagal syndrome, but I think that is minor compared to, it was just the way I was treating my body, and I was really stressed out, like family-wise. A lot of shit was going on at that period of my life. So I was just full of anxiety and stress. And so now I don't really have the pass-out thing, but I still get those moments where I'm really afraid it's going to happen.
Yeah, that's the worst thing about anxiety is you are scared it's going to happen again, and that can cause it to happen.
Yeah.
That's like me driving, I think. I don't know if that happens with you driving. If you like are fine and then you start thinking about it, and then you're like, well, now it's happening.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's exactly what happens.
Well, so you said you were going through all that stuff and it caused all the stress and stuff. What was your outlet? Did you or that was like drugs and drinking?
Yeah, my outlet was like going out and getting fucked up.
Oh, fuck. So it was like double-edged
sword?
Sorry, the wind is coming through. Double-edged sword, yeah.
Actually, I wrote a song about it. The Ain't That Something. I showed it to you.
It's really fucking good.
Thanks,
Scott has a
bro.
new song. It's good. I didn't have anything to do with it.
unfortunately, I can't ever get.
He didn't ask me.
I can't get in the fucking studio with Bruce unless he wants me on his podcast.
I was gonna say, you're in the studio right now.
No, actually, the first time I passed out was when I was in middle school. I passed out in
All in school.
the lunch line after I had run the fastest mile of my
How fast, do you remember?
of my middle school career. It was like 5 minutes and 30 seconds or something like that.
wow.
From middle school?
It was
Damn,
like I
dude,
beat
you blazing.
I beat the it wasn't a mile. It was called the something.
Was it the
it was,
pacer
It was a
test?
little bit less
100
than a
yard
mile.
dash. 5 minutes? What the
One
fuck?
lap. One lap around the track is what it was called. 5 minutes.
5 minutes, just 100 yard dash.
Me at the gym.
It was
It's
a
like,
long.
wow, he's like going slow.
It was a long lunch line, and I passed out when I got to where I could order the food.
And you made it that far. And
But
then you're
now-
like,
It's just like,
But now I hate lines. Once it happens once, I
Yeah.
can't fucking handle it
Yeah.
anymore.
do you try to overcome it? Or like it starts to happen the moment you're in a line again?
It's a lot less now. Like when I used to go to the airport and there was huge ass lines to get there, I'd be like, I gotta step out of the line. I can't do this.
Yeah.
And then like I had to get back in the line because it was so overwhelming. I don't know. I'm being boring now. We should stop talking about this.
No, it's
no,
fine.
I feel like people relate to this super hard because we get a lot of emails about anxiety and like how to deal with certain anxieties and stuff like that.
And I'm not making light of it, but I just like to think you just ran this 5 minute, 30 mile. You're in line. You're like, yeah, I was fucking so fast out there, guys. I fucking just like
There was a
just
kid.
collapses.
sloppy
There was a
joes.
kid that called me Fainter Bainter. Fainter Bainter for the remainder of my
Painter
middle school
Bainter for the
career.
remainder.
And then we didn't really talk during high school, but whenever I did see him or speak to him, he'd be like, hey, Fainter Bainter.
Oh
he was
my
like
God.
one of those, what do you call it?
Assholes?
Stifler.
Oh,
Like that sort of character.
yeah.
Like he's not doing it to be mean, but he's kind of like being a douche. But like he thinks he's being funny. But I'm just like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like I'll make you faint with my dick.
Well,
That's Scott, everybody. That's all the time we. No, I was kidding.
Goodbye, me.
So we do emails every week.
Who do you email?
My dad, my mom,
Therapist.
each other, my
Yeah.
therapist, my lawyer, and so we have people send in. Sometimes it's like relationship advice, sometimes just life advice. And this week, we posted that we wanted people to send in
embarrassing stories
embarrassing stories
And
in
money.
school. In school.
in school.
'Cause I remembered
this
your
is-
story.
We're right on topic right now, and you had no idea about that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Both of us in school fainting.
There goes all your fucking stories, Scott.
tell the story about fainting.
Hey, could you rewind it? But I'm excited to hear some of these stories from the Koi Pond. If you guys want to send us your emails, you can send them to coupleofissuespodcast@gmail.com. If you have anything going on in your life and you want somebody like Scott or your Koi Pond leaders to give you our unprofessional advice, we always say that because if we say professional advice, we're
lying.
We're technically liable for a class action suit.
You are not
Class-action suit.
professional. Everyone, let's get that clear. These guys are not professional.
Yeah, we are so
What if we got professional? Like we went to school and became therapists.
And now for your professional advice. Like, where'd you guys go?
We're just answering the same emails though. It's like not even needed.
Jessica in 2011 said.
We're still like, I don't know what to do. Maybe just tell your mom. I don't
Yeah.
know. Wait, do you have any embarrassing stories from school?
Wait, are you just asking them to send in emails, or did they already send
They
in
sent
emails?
them in.
Yeah, we sent them in earlier.
What?
We tweeted it out earlier.
And they
where?
sent them
At
in.
Couple of Issues on Instagram and Twitter.
Couple of issues on Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah.
Thanks, Scott.
And
Abbreviated or not abbreviated?
no
Not
abbrevies.
abbreviated.
No abbrevies.
COUPLEOFISSUES.
Yep.
Couple of issues.
Good job. Well, Scott
And-
knows how to spell, so that's great.
Scott spells great, and a lot of people spell really good when they give us. They rate us 5 stars and leave a review on Apple Podcasts as well.
Scott's
And
dying.
Scott's allergic
Yeah,
to
right?
good reviews. So
Does anyone get a nervous gag?
No, but I've recently heard that you were doing that. Is that new?
It's not new.
Okay. I guess I don't know you that well.
an NG.
Nervous gag. Nervous gag. What was the NNG? Was there 2 N's?
An NG.
Nervous gag.
NNG. Like
do you have any like nervous things that you
Oh, I'm the
Yeah.
most nervous person.
Like-
but I like hide it.
like a thing? Like, is there something that like you do like before you go up to perform? Like, is there anything that like happens to you?
Throw up in my mouth.
Actually,
I get so nervous. I was
Every
telling her
time.
after the Chicago show, you came backstage and I was like, I didn't want to like say anything because I didn't want to freak you out, but I was so in my own head. I was like, it's gonna be fun, but I just didn't. I don't think I did well. But then like a lot of people, even after we said that on the podcast, were like, it was fine. It was just I was so in my head because I was used to doing it with like another person, and then which I'm sure it was kind of. Is it easier now that you have a band backing you? Instead of just you up there? I mean, you had dancers, but...
Yeah, but the dancers weren't there the whole time. It's definitely easier to have, like, other people up there to, like, bounce off of and to kind of lean on. But, like, it's scary to be, like, the person in the front of it, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you're looking back like, where are you guys?
Where's everybody?
I'm the fearless king in the front and my squires are behind.
We doth hear, Scott.
to run back to your intro there. We doth hear.
Yeah, nice.
Little callback.
I think Bruce always like bounces his leg. That's his like most
I just get
common thing.
I'm really nervous. I saw your tweet. I couldn't relate harder. It's something I've been working on for 3 years now.
Which one?
3 years. Where somebody's talking and I'm thinking about what do I say when they're done? And I'm like so in my head. They finish. I'm like, uh-oh.
What did they talk
say?
about?
Yeah.
And it's like
I
you
do
come
that
off
too.
like a dick. But yeah, I've been really working on like really listening. And I felt a change in me in the past 2 years that I've been like, I was just like, I stopped caring so much about being what you want me to be. And I'm just going to be me.
Yeah.
I'm getting better at that.
That's beautiful.
Gotta
Write
get
a song.
better.
Write a song about
Gonna
that.
get better. Yeah, we should talk about getting better in a song.
But yeah, it's hard, like, especially with people that you don't know very well when they're talking to you.
I know.
And like, they could be halfway through their story and you're like, all right, I know what I'm going to say. And like,
Yeah.
like you figure it out based on like something they said really early on. And you're like, okay, I locked on what I'm going to respond with. Then you come off sounding fucking stupid afterwards.
I think I might have told this on the podcast before, but it was a student versus faculty basketball game. I'll tell you this story because I've told you this before. But
And Scott doesn't listen to our podcast.
I also don't listen when you speak. I just
True. You don't listen to anything, Scott.
student versus faculty, got it. And he's done. Okay, so I passed out.
Oh yeah, I was also a student once, and there was a faculty at the school I went to.
And the professor made me pass out. So it was student versus faculty basketball game. I am horrible at basketball. I hate basketball. And
Why, you're so tall?
okay, well,
Wow, Scott.
thank you guys so much for tuning in. And
You're 6'1".
It's true. That's true. So we're playing, and I don't know what position I am. I don't follow basketball too much, but I'm guarding my principal. I know that. And we had just scored, so it's just me waiting on him. He's got to go the opposite way of the court, but I'm right next to this net where nobody else is. And he's like, I'm going to help you out. And I was like, what? And then he's just like, whoops, and like throws me the ball. And I was like, okay. And I was like, brick, like completely missed. So everybody's like, oh. So everybody runs back, so we're on the same side. So then he's like, I'm going to do it again. And I was like, no, don't do this again, too much pressure. And he goes, whoops, and does it again, missed again. And everybody started fucking booing me the whole 6th grade. So I just walked off. I was like, I'm done. So,
Blues.
Damn.
Carly, you know when the most important time is?
What?
Now.
True.
The importance of feeling professional, polished, and prepared when it counts right now. Okay? For small business owners or people who produce their own podcasts,
Hey.
a couple of schlubs like us, being plugged in and prepared when an opportunity comes up is crucial, y'all. Those moments happen all the time. They're happening now. And having a business card that shows how professional you are in your pocket, ready to hand out, is the first step to making something happen. All thanks to Vistaprint. Your next big opportunity is coming right now, and all it takes to feel like you're ready to own the now is $10.
$10?
$10. That's a low price to have the confidence that you're always ready to make an impression or get seen in a new way. A custom card with the colors, fonts, designs, and images you choose means you can look and feel like a big deal, whether you're a startup or a business with a century of history, and it doesn't have to be hard. So just imagine this, right? You know, I'm out. I'm at the bar.
Okay.
Right? Talking to this guy.
Right.
Right? And he's like, yeah, you know what? I work up for this company. Blah, blah, blah. We're looking for some podcast to sponsor. Blah, blah, blah.
Hello?
Hey. And he's got a beer in his hand. Right? And he's talking to me with his other hand. Like this. I go like this. Check the business card. Boom.
Check the business.
Email. Cell phone if I want to on there.
Yeah.
I can write, maybe a little love to meet you at the
little
bar.
love note
on the back. Come on, Vistaprint is hooking it up. So Vistaprint uses only carefully selected inks and responsibly sourced paper stocks. Add your logo and contact information with just a few clicks, and know you can use it on all your marketing going forward. Your satisfaction is 100% guaranteed, or they'll make it right, either by reprinting your order or offering a refund. I cannot stress enough how smart and important it is to have business cards. Social media is cool, whatever, but when somebody gets home at the end of the night and they empty their pockets and they have your business card, it's a reminder that they should follow you on all those things, and they should contact you and sponsor you and your podcast because you're a believer. Vistaprint wants you to be able to own the now in any situation, which is why our listeners will get 500 high-quality custom business cards starting at $9.99. Use code COI at vistaprint.com. That's code COI, vistaprint.com. COI at vistaprint.com. Do it, y'all. We love y'all. Thank you, Vistaprint.
Thank you.
I'm awful at team sports.
All right.
All right.
And it's something to do with like being in your head about it as well. For me, anyways, like
I don't want to let them down.
like
Do you
I
do
might.
solo sports?
I did wrestling, which was
that's
independent.
solo.
Yeah, because I only had to rely on myself. If I let myself down, I let myself down. I don't let anyone else down. So like doing team stuff is so difficult for me.
Do you feel like you're letting the band down sometimes?
No, never. I don't play an instrument.
I vote.
Well, we wanted the guys.
Come on in.
The band comes in.
Fuck. Bo, Chris, you too.
I have a really weird question because I do this and I feel like it's similar. So do you do that with people too? Where like if you don't want to let people down, so you like go out of your way to like compensate for it. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah, I'll either try to overcompensate or just like avoid the situation where I could be used for something.
where you could be used for something?
I said that weird.
I think no, it's okay. I
Give
feel
me
like
an
I phrase it
example.
weird.
I mean, like,
I feel like I feel weird phrasing in this room, guys. Can we just do a quick rephrase?
I mean, like, in order to not let someone down, I might just not do something.
Yeah.
Like, not be a part of a video or something like that. I'll just, like,
Yeah.
I don't want to do a bad job, so I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah.
So, like, Todd and Jay, they'll go and play basketball, and I'm like, I haven't played basketball for a long time because I would get in my head about playing basketball. I'm not good at it. So I'm like, I'm just not going to go, guys. Like, you can go do that yourselves.
Yeah. It's interesting. Yeah. Well, it's interesting.
Well-
Learned about that in therapy.
That's what happened to me. You asked me to do a show, and I said I can't. I have a session that day because I didn't want to blow it, and that's why I didn't do it.
Really?
Yeah, I'm really sorry.
Was that which show was that? Was that the View show that was around here?
Emo night day.
Emo Night Day. I did.
I
do that show.
regretted the shit.
Oh
out of
yeah,
it.
you were gonna do that.
I know. I
You just
really
didn't want
regretted
to.
it. I was too scared.
Yeah. Would you do it now?
There's too many like factors that have just like I was like, what if I ruin it and then blow it and I don't remember any lyrics?
ready.
What if I?
I'm not ready, Scott.
Would you do it now? If you were asked to do it now?
Yeah.
And now we're kind of a
That's the
team.
tour. Yeah.
Well, no, to like do emo night. Like, is that different?
To DJ? Did
No, like
TJ bring it up?
Perform.
Do they want me to do it? Oh my god, yeah. I've been dreaming of this. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it would depend. Like
Yeah.
emo night day was so different.
Yeah.
Because it was like that was like a show.
Yeah.
To do emo night, like I feel like you have to be like a historic
Like Mark
band.
Hoppus.
Well, they do have new bands upstairs and stuff, so like I would do that. But
Yeah, okay.
To be on like the main stage downstairs, I feel like you have to be like, yeah.
For like the every Tuesday thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they've had Demi Lovato and like Travis Barker and all these like huge people.
Yeah.
But yeah, and they just DJ themselves. So like to have like someone that's not Demi Lovato go up and do it, it's like, why not? Why did you have someone else come up and do this?
Yeah, I guess for
Yeah.
the DJing part, it makes sense because it's just like you're DJing. But if to perform, I'd be like, But I mean, if they want it,
You're
I
like,
mean, let's fucking it's all.
I'm a superstar.
you tweet tomorrow. Hey guys, I'm going to be performing at emo night. Like, oh, that was not even a thing. I just said
Thanks,
it.
TJ Morgan and Babs. I love you guys. You've been the biggest supporters.
Are we still on embarrassing school stories?
We're-
Yeah, I'm going to read one right
She's
now.
gonna hit it.
One of the emails.
Sometimes we say their names, and sometimes we don't, depending if they want.
Yeah, I'm not going to
Let's
do
say
it
it.
because I don't know. We'll see. Hey, so this all started back in 7th grade. I was low-key really ugly and super jealous that all my friends had boyfriends during 6th and 7th grade. So I decided, why the F not let me make one up? Like make up a boyfriend. Ooh. So I decided to tell all my friends that I was dating this kid named Cameron, real dude who I went to 4th grade with, but he lived in a different city, but I saw him, quote unquote, all the time. So months pass and I'm making up stories about him. Shit like how he sang How to Love by Lil Wayne to me once. Our first kiss, which was at a playground. How I found him cheating on me when I went to surprise him during one weekend. Like, why would you make that up? Why would that be part of your
My boyfriend's
lie?
amazing. He cheated on me once.
I guess it makes the story somewhat real.
Yeah, you get in it, and then you just start to believe it yourself. You're just like, yeah, you know what? He cheated. It's crazy. It's like, what?
She sees him actually like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Cameron, are you fucking kidding me?
And how I burned/deleted all of our pictures together so my friends couldn't see him. And to this day, no one knows, and it still haunts me at night, especially when How to Love comes on. So all her friends think she literally dated this kid in like
How old is she
grade.
now?
7th grade.
Still in 7th grade. Did any of you do that? Like, did you ever like make up like a significant other, or like a invisible? Do you ever have invisible friends or anything when you were like?
I had 50 invisible friends.
50?
So
No
many.
joke. I'm not even kidding.
I was really popular in the invisible community.
No, like I don't know. I would go on a tangent, but I had Bolin, Molin, Jaren, Marin. You can see I was a very creative kid. Wow. Karen. And I would like make up all these names. And then eventually when I was like in 5th grade, I met this kid named Jaren. And my mom was like, okay, but like, come on. I was like, no, he's a real kid. And then she like met him. And she's like, oh my God, your name's actually Jaren. Like, he's not lying.
It's a fucking stupid name, Jaren.
But also Bolin?
Yeah, you were going bowling.
Like I was going bowling.
But
That's
like
him.
as
Well,
a name?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I had invisible friends, Timothy and Dumbo. Like they were my invisible friends. I was like obsessed, even though it was like a cartoon. Did you ever see that movie?
Were you
Dumbo?
into them?
What?
Were you into him?
A little bit.
My God.
Sorry, Bruce.
Now we can finally be together.
Anyways.
I was like, was Timothy a person or was it like a rat?
Was it
Like
from Dumbo?
Timothy and Dumbo.
From the movie Dumbo.
I thought the movie was called Timothy and Dumbo. Was it not? Was my childhood all a
I
lie?
thought Dumbo was all about Dumbo the elephant, and
I don't
like
know.
there was other side characters.
Timothy and Dumbo?
And like I was obsessed with Milhouse from The Simpsons. Like I wanted to date Milhouse. Do you know what Milhouse looks like?
Milhouse is like the geek, right?
Yeah. And it's a cartoon also. So
Girlfriend. she got him.
I was a
got the
weird
geek.
ass. I was a weird ass kid.
Timothy Q. Mouse.
Oh, he was a mouse. All right.
Yeah, he was just a side character of Dumbo, I feel like.
Yeah.
I used to play imaginary Pokemon. Like I had a friend who
Imaginary Pokemon?
my babysitter's son, he was like 5 or 6 years younger than me, but like we got along, and I played like imaginary Pokemon. Like we would like walk around and pretend like the backyard was like a field, and we'd like
That's sick.
catch Pokemon,
Oh,
and,
that's
and just
sick.
they would just all be in our head, like. And he was younger than me. I'd be like, no, my Pokemon's way stronger than you, idiot.
Idiot.
You should see it in here. It's fucking crazy.
We were
dude.
training when you went home.
I never got into Pokemon. That was like one thing. I still get scolded by people for not getting into Pokemon.
Pokemon was so huge for me. Like I used to like pray to God at night, and I was never even religious. I was just like, God, please, will you please make me wake up in a world where Pokemon exists, please. I won't masturbate for a month.
Because that's bad.
Because I always saw on the internet all those memes about like masturbating
Yeah.
being like bad.
Can we talk about? Have you guys ever done that? Like where you're like drunk or like even just throwing up, and you're like, God, I swear, if you make this stop, I'll stop swearing for a week. Like, do you?
Oh yeah.
I have
yeah.
done that a lot.
I haven't done that anytime recently, but like
Like when you're younger.
when I was younger, like
Yeah.
definitely like, please, like make this happen, and yeah.
Just like pleading with
I
God.
won't think about a pair of boobs for like 6 weeks. I swear to God.
And it lasts one day.
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna come back.
Yeah, I would go back on my promises like
It's such a weird, funny
Immediately.
thing that we
5
all
minutes
do.
later.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really weird. He's like making this
Nobody
bet with
talks
God.
about it, but
yeah.
like,
please God, I won't masturbate. A breeze of wind comes through my
Yeah.
bedroom window.
Like,
oh God, but it felt so good.
and I just
God,
is that you?
It's okay, son.
It's this one. Hi, Carly, Bruce, and guest. They know that there's a guest.
Aha.
Love your podcast. Thanks. My name is Laura. You can say it. When I was in high school.
Laura. I thought that was a command.
No, it was. Thank you.
Yep.
When I was in high school and about to graduate, What? When I was in high school and about to graduate, period. But March was the sad month. Zayn decided to leave the band. Okay, so she's talking about Zayn from One Direction. She was in high school when Zayn left One Direction, is what she's saying. So when we got the tweets, my friends and I screamed, and my friend started crying. Keep in mind that we were 18 at the time. Our teachers were worried because my friend couldn't stop crying and thought that something bad had happened to her family or something. I was trying to be tough, but when I got home, I cried my ass off.
If you didn't say it was Laura in the beginning, I would have thought it was like you or Aaron.
It's so when Zayn left, I didn't give a fuck. Like, I don't know why. I was just like, okay, bye. Like, he was so boring to me. Like, he was a really good singer, but he was so boring. Sorry, I'm very like stingy about Zayn. And then
I'm like afraid to talk about it because I'm like
walking on eggshells here.
No, did you want to say something?
No. Zayn's a very talented artist.
I think you did. What did you say?
No, I agree.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just didn't care. And then we talked about Zayn in class with our teacher and classmates for about an hour. Zayn saved us from geography class. That's it. Did you guys ever have a moment where you're like, some celebrity did something, or you're like looked up to somebody when you're little and you cried because of it? Like if they...
Yes, but I can't remember what.
I don't think so. I really idolized Jennifer Lopez as a singer.
And you just met her last year.
That was really cool. But no, never cried over a celebrity.
Yeah.
I've never had that like, oh my God, I'd be so crazy if I met this celebrity. Like, I don't care. Like, I really envy, like, I really love, like, Jim Carrey, but, like, I don't even care to really meet him.
Yeah.
Like, there's, like, I just appreciate him a lot.
Would you rather, sorry, go ahead.
I think we're thinking the same thing.
Say it at the same time. 1, 2, 3.
But would you want to, like, be friends with them?
No. Same thing, like sure, if we like, got along, but I don't care to like go and like get it and be his friend.
Yeah,
like,
it'd be like awkward if like David surprised you with him or something. Like, I don't want it like this.
Yeah, like that would be awkward to me. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like a year into our relationship, I was texting David and I was like, "You should surprise Carly with Shane.
Dawson.
Like it'd be Shane Dawson. Like it'd be really funny." And then like I just kind of like jokingly brought it up to Carly, and she's like, "Oh, never do that. That would be so embarrassing."
I was like, "Absolutely not. I don't want that relationship."
Yeah, just fucking don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
I feel like it's like for a younger kid. Never me when I was a younger kid, but like a lot of younger kids that will like idolize someone as almost like a superhero. Like they see them as beyond a human, but now I see everyone's like just human. You know, like.
I do agree to a point, except for Tyler Joseph. I think he is an actual
superhuman.
Superhuman.
Actually, is a superhero. What are you, Todd?
Yeah, what Todd?
That was one like same thing. I don't care to meet him, but when I went and saw their show, I don't know what it was. I think I was like, he has everything I've ever wanted. And like the way he was like commanding the crowd and everything.
Just kidding.
A wife, a best friend. Sad. No, but the just like the whole show and everything, and just like watching their come up and like seeing it, and it was just like I got so depressed because like I was like, that's so great for him, but I was like, I'll never have this, and I don't know why that like hit me like a ton of bricks. Like I was like so sad, but it doesn't mean I can't have it in a different way. But I was like, I'm not gonna have this.
You'll never be him.
Yeah.
But you could still command a crowd. You can still go up and perform and do a great job, just like he does. And by the way, like they're like the best shows I've ever seen. I've seen lots of 21 Pilots shows now, and they're awesome.
I think more so what I mean is like that it's him doing it all. Like Josh is totally a huge part of that, but like Tyler's brain. That he can take it from like this little basement show in Columbus and nonstop through that one thing. Like I've gone through so many bands. Damn, he just like stuck to it. And he might not have, he might just have his core people and like he's cool with that.
Yeah, but that's all he needs. And he has everyone who appreciates him like us and all of the
that we're talking about on the podcast.
The other fans who love his music and relate to it and stuff like that. But yeah, I definitely idolize Tyler Joseph as well. Like he's great, and
he's inspirational.
And he doesn't he never like really went into like this. You know, he stuck to the kind of music he wanted to make, and he didn't go into like, oh, I'm going to start making pop because now I'm popular. Like he's still doing 21 Pilots, like alternative, like his style music. Yeah,
and it's all him writing it. That's what blows my mind. Like that dude can do that, but that's a lot of pressure, and he's super competitive, and I don't think. Like, could you ever deal with that pressure? Like you're coming off like all the success, and you're like, I'm gonna continue it just being me. So if anybody hates the songs, they hate me.
Yeah.
Like if they hate the show, they hate me. Like it's
all so personal.
yeah, it's like so personal.
I mean, I like to think that I write my own songs. Everything is like co-written and like
100%.
share, like I don't do the whole thing all by myself. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like on Stick Around, like we came up with lines together. On Get Better, you have half of the song.
Yeah.
But even on songs, someone could tell me that they hate your verse on Get Better, but
Yeah.
I still think it's like, that's my song, so if they don't like it, then...
Yeah, true. Also didn't realize how fast we're playing Cut Me Out live until I listened into the car yesterday. Like I forgot, it's like a little bit slower on the album version. If you go back and listen, it feels slow. I didn't realize, we like bumped it, like Willie bumped it up like while we're playing it live. It's
Maybe that's why I forget my lyrics. I can't keep up.
Yeah, your raps are so quick live.
That's the toughest song for me to remember when we're doing
Really?
it live. For some reason, it's also like, it's really quiet because we have it playing in my headphones a little bit just so I can like hear what I'm rapping if I lose my place, and it's difficult.
You've been getting really good at ignoring that too. You know what I mean?
Ignoring
like
what?
hearing like certain stuff. Like Bo's sometimes talking, and you're just like talked right
yeah.
through it, and I was like, oh shit. He's just like, that's hard. It's like we talked about that with Liza, like where you have somebody talking in your ear, and you have to ignore them and keep talking, like on Double Dare, and sorry, I'm brain dead right now. But just like somebody being like, okay, and we're gonna go and do that. And
Yeah.
As you're talking.
Meanwhile,
like,
Bo's
even-
like, could we have the lights down? And you're like, so I need you guys to help sing.
Oh,
like,
dang,
it's
that's
pretty cool.
hard, I feel like.
Honestly, like once I get up there and on the stage, I'm so into the show that like when background stuff is happening, I don't hear it unless I'm listening for it, and I'm
Yeah.
not listening for it because I'm paying attention to like what's going on in front of me most of the time,
Well, that's cool.
or what's going on to the side of me, right there playing the bass, slapping the strings,
Little
like
bass fiddle. These guys.
These bad boys.
Should we do another email?
Yeah, let's go. I don't really like you.
Why you gotta go in?
This one's called I Pulled My Pants Down.
Oh my god.
Just saying if we can say her name. Well, it didn't say not to, so my name is Jess.
So bored of the email. So bored of the email.
It's so long.
Disrespectful.
It's such a long email. Like I didn't even start reading it yet.
Okay.
Sorry, look at your yawn.
Oh my god, the waveforms though.
Oh my god, you're gonna have to cut that out.
My name is Jessica, and I have an embarrassing story from kindergarten that has stuck with me my whole life. I'm 25 now. I'm not sure if every elementary school did this or if they still do now, but every year before the end of the school year, we had a field day. Did you guys have field days? Did you have field
Did you
days?
feel that?
What does that mean?
It's kind of like a small Olympics outside.
I think I had that as well.
Really funny. It's like a small Olympics
That
where
doesn't
like
matter.
people aren't talented and it doesn't matter.
And everyone smells.
Yeah.
It's just a
But you would
school.
wear your school's colors, like blue and white day or something.
I think I had something like that. I don't know. I have a bad memory. I used to
Yeah.
get fucked up a lot. So.
This is like
In
fifth grade.
kindergarten?
Again, yeah. I used to get fucked up a lot.
It was a day where It was a day where the whole school went outside and participated in different games with your classmates. For example, there was a tug of war, balancing an egg in a spoon, and a relay of sitting on balloons. Sitting on balloon? What? That just sounds lazy. We even got T-shirts. It was a big deal. Well,
You even got t-shirts.
yeah. One of the games was to run to a hamper of large, oversized adult clothes and put them over your own clothes. You then run back to your teammate and take the adult clothes off, and they
never
would go.
tell anyone. It's like,
And then run home. When I took the large adult pants off, I also pulled down my own pants along with my underwear. I was a girl too, so that's
Oh,
probably like even
God.
worse. Of course, my class saw everything, and I was mortified. To this day, as an awkward 25-year-old, that is still my most embarrassing moment. I have not like that, but when I was in, I think kindergarten. Do you remember those like little square scooters in gym class? Did you ever have those? You why don't you remember anything, Scott?
I don't know.
You don't know I remember anything.
Square scooters?
Yeah, they were like they're like a square wood with 4 wheels on the bottom.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know
Yeah.
what that is. The square wood made sense to me.
Yeah, scoot
Yeah.
on your boot.
I thought you were talking about like a scooter.
I know, it's hard. Yeah. But we did these like relay things.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody was laughing when I went. I was like on my way back. Like all my friends were laughing, and I was like, "What happened?" Like I didn't think it was me, and they said my butt crack was completely out. Like I think my pants were like not even on me anymore, and it was just like
my
I don't know
God.
why, but for a girl, I feel like that's so embarrassing. I don't know if it's embarrassing for a guy. Like even that story
Yeah.
about her pants being down. Maybe when you're
I
growing
think
up,
it's
it
less
is.
embarrassing for a girl for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh,
It's like my reaction changed from like haha to like oh.
yeah,
I don't know why.
yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Why do I feel that way, Scott?
Why do we feel the way we feel?
I don't know. Maybe it depends person by person, but I like personally, I have like a disposition to like not think poorly of like a girl or a woman. Like if something like that happens, but if a guy did it, I'd make fun of him.
Yeah,
Sort of thing.
yeah.
And wieners are funny, always. You know.
Yeah. I got pantsed. Like, what?
I just said wieners are funny. You're like, yeah, I got pants.
I was thinking about my wiener. It's funny. I was like in the front yard. We were having like a birthday party or something like that, and someone pantsed me, and it pulled down my underwear as well as my pants, and
Of
it was
course.
just like everything all out, balls to the wall, balls to the grass.
Balls of the grass, yeah.
So that
The grossest thing, so I had a very like gross group of friends. So my friend's older brother, what he did was, and you might have seen this. This is like a prank that was going around for a while. When I was like 12, he said lay down, and I guarantee you can't do a push or a sit up from like when I hold this handkerchief down, like over your eyes, like blindfolded. I was like, I can easily do that, and he's like, no, you can't.
Oh.
So I go to do it, and I'm like going. He's like, try again, and I go like that, and my nose goes in his brother's asshole,
My God.
and I literally almost threw up. It was like
Ew.
so
Did
degrading.
it smell like shit?
Yeah, it
actually?
smelled like an asshole.
Yeah.
And I literally thought, like, I was
and
just
it's like
so
your
mad.
nose is like in it, so
Yeah.
it's like stuck on it afterwards. You're
Oh,
like,
it's
fuck.
the
Like, oh, he's
residue.
brown nosing. I'm like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Dude,
So gross.
boys can do some gross stuff. Like my friends we were all on the wrestling team, and we did some of the fucking weirdest shit. Like one of my birthday parties, we were jumping around in a bounce house, and it somehow became a thing. Like we were like wrestling and like messing around in the bounce house, and we did this thing called the vibrator, and you'd like grab the other person's leg and stick your heel in their asshole and like go like this. And it was like,
Why?
Turning them on.
it wasn't even like it wasn't sexual
Yeah,
at all.
yeah.
It was just like, fuck you, Timmy, or
Yeah.
something like that. Like,
Stop, Scott.
yeah, a bunch of weird shit. Like,
It's funny how boys are so vulgar, like growing up, especially. Just doing shit like that.
yeah, and like you look at like little kids and stuff like that. Like, you know all the words that are terrible to say. Like I don't want to say them, but
Yeah.
But like I can go
Say 'em,
back.
Scott.
I can go back home and watch like little kids that are hanging out, like the next door neighbors, and they're all yelling, "You're a fucking." You're
yeah.
like this and that, and like they don't mean anything. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
homophobic or racist or whatever it is that they're saying, but like they're saying these words just because they're bad.
Yeah.
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 It's like, don't say this. It's like, oh, I'm going to say only that word now.
And then they'll grow up and realize, oh shit, I shouldn't say that word.
Yeah. It's kind of like when people get like tweets like, it's like, well, I've grown up since then.
Yeah.
Like tweets that were like pulled up.
I do feel like people are getting more understanding. Like, I think that, like, 3 years ago, people were like, if you even thought that word, you are homophobic. Now I feel like people are understanding. It's just like, okay, you were young and you learned. Like, you can see a lot of progress on people's Twitter feeds of, like, going from saying things. Like, I just saw it happen with somebody a week ago, and they had to, like, make an apology. And all the replies were just like, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
like,
I think they just want to
understand.
hear like why, or they just want
Yeah.
to hear I'm sorry and that you've changed.
Yeah.
So
sort of
crazy.
thing.
The world is a ever-changing place.
It is.
The world is an evergreen, and it's growing. You can tweet us at Couple of Issues. But thank you, Scott,
Yeah.
so much for coming on the podcast. Really appreciate it. You're our first official guest.
And your worst official guest.
Doubt
Yep.
it.
This was
We'll see though. We'll let you know in like
This is
a
a
year.
very good pilot episode.
Yeah. Thanks for being our guinea pig.
Yeah, after you do a few other people, just let me know. Like
Okay.
if I was, where I was at on the totem pole.
sure.
Okay, yeah.
Guest.
We'll
We'll
do
be
guest of the
totally
year.
honest.
Guest of the year.
Yeah.
Guest
You're
of
in,
the year would
you'll be in the
great.
running for 2019. The
Awesome.
next one, there's like crane cameras, and it's like, oh, he's like, God damn it, I'm not gonna win.
Tyler, we interviewed Tyler Joseph. Like, sorry, Scott, I don't think you're gonna win guest of the year.
Man.
Cool.
Is there anything you want from me? Is there anything you want me to say that I didn't say? I feel like
No, I mean anything you want to like promote? Like, do you have anything coming out or the tour or anything?
I'm working on new songs. I'm hoping to get in with Bruce in the studio. So if you guys ever see him in your Twitter timeline or in person, be like, yo, Bruce, fucking, why don't you call Scott back and maybe start working on some of those songs you guys were talking about?
Well, maybe if you
Because-
didn't take him on tour, he'd have time.
Well, maybe if you didn't do other fucking jobs after tour.
Yeah, that's true.
I just become your employee. Yeah, I'm on salary. Boss has got me in work every day.
Scott's paging me.
Yeah.
I haven't been paid from like songs that we put on the album yet. I don't think. Have you?
I think it just came in. I just got an email.
Because I'm really curious to see like how those things
It was
make
$1
money
million.
back. Nice.
Yeah.
Because
Oh my God, it was $1 million. I gotta go.
Fuck you guys. I'm gonna go.
Oh, the podcast is ending. I don't know. I'm still talking.
No, you're
Fucking
fine.
see you later.
That was a great outro. I like that.
But you can send us emails to coupleofissuespodcast@gmail.com. Follow our boy here. It's Vanilla Ding Dong.
on
On
Instagram.
Instagram.
And
Just go to ScottySire.com. You find all my stuff, or Google
that's good.
Scotty Sire. It's whatever platform you want to find me on. I'm probably there.
Ask Jeeves.
Yeah,
If you
definitely.
ask Jeeves, Scotty Sire.
he will be there.
Also, just we'll leave everybody on this note. When he is here, I call him Scott. When he's not, I call him Scotty.
When he's on tour, you mean?
No,
Or when
like
he's-
when he's not around.
Why?
I don't know. What do you call him?
Scott. I feel like Scotty and Toddy were like the first. Like you guys were
It's like the
that
internet
for a while.
personality, and
Yeah,
then, like-
but then when we're actually friends, it's like, oh no, Scott and Todd. It's
Yeah.
weird to say Toddy or Scotty.
But some people still do it. It's really interesting.
Scotty Sire. Thank you so
Sire,
much
yeah.
for coming through.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. You guys are amazing. And now get the fuck out of my studio.
Right.
I have a lot to do, a lot to clean up.
Thanks for, yeah. So you're going to clean this up? Thank you.
Appreciate
Shit,
you.
I really fucked
Go
that
stream
up.
Ruin Your Party on Spotify and download it on iTunes. Okay, bye.
Bye.